So, Business Insider got in contact with a guy who wrote a book on happiness, and basically, they have a conversation. He talks about why Denmark always ranks so happy, why they're typically considered one of the happiest countries in the world. Let's watch.
My name is Dan Buettner. I'm a National Geographic explorer and the author of Blue Zones of Happiness, Lessons from the World's Happiest People. I actually think most of the previous stories about Danish happiness were wrong. The first stories were that Danes are happy because they have low expectations. Nothing could be further than the truth. Every Dane, from the moment they're born, expects free healthcare, free education. When they get into college, they expect to be paid to go to school. If they have a child, they expect to have 10 months of paid maternity or paternity leave, and they expect to be able to retire absolutely securely for the rest of their life. It's huge expectations. What makes Danes happy, I believe, is because their government takes care of all the necessities of life. Nothing can ever go too wrong in their lives. They're free to pursue a job that really speaks to their passions. But actually, Denmark is a place where ambition is not greatly celebrated. So people aren't in the rat race. They're not always buying new clothes and new cars and trying to keep up with the Joneses. And that gives them more time to pursue their interests. So you have a country here where people are good at architecture and they create the best restaurants in the world and furniture design. And these are jobs suggestive of flow, of optimally using your talent so that time can absolutely disappear. When it comes to happiness, I think we often think of it as the attainment of joy. But actually, the bigger part of happiness is getting rid of the stresses of our daily life. So this notion of having your health insurance covered, your education covered, and your retirement covered is actually very huge.
That was very interesting. Okay, so basically, what he is saying, I'm going to break it down for you guys. Because what he is saying is absolutely correct. I'm just going to say, what Denmark does is it has a floor, and it says, as long as you're doing something, you never go below that floor. You always have a house, you can always keep your lights on, you can always have at least some basic food, no matter what. Now, don't get us wrong, though, if you actually do something worth society, you can get up, and up and up, and eventually you can be extremely wealthy, and you can have, like, more food than you'll need, etc., etc. It doesn't completely end profit. That's an important part. So, in countries like that, that's a huge advantage. And then, you know what that means? That means people are free to pursue their own interests. That means, say, you want to make a career just writing novels about politics or something. You know, about international relationships or something like that. You can do that. If you want to make a career finding ways to make the best chairs, you can do that. And because of that social safety net, by the way, you have more time to pursue those own interests, and you're more likely to succeed. You're more likely to succeed at something if you have more time to do it. That's just a basic fact of life. And very few people check out the system because of that. And for that matter, because of that, people are making society better in extremely different ways. In the United States, what do we think of making society better? Doing some kind of job for a business. In Denmark, you create the business. It, in a way, actually sort of incentivizes entrepreneurship, because you can pursue your own interest, and maybe that interest is creating your own business. Now, if that own interest is just working for someone else, then that's fine. And that right there is why the Denmark system's amazing, and why the United States needs to adapt it, because it works. It works for them. They absolutely love it there. And I guarantee you, if we implement it here, no one will want to go back. There will be fear-mongering when it's happening, but when we finish it, no one will want to go back. They elected FDR to 4 terms for a reason, who nearly got us there, who tried to get us there as hard as he could, But he just couldn't do it because there were people who were too worried. And they had to pass a constitutional amendment to say you could never elect someone this much. Once you get a system like that, the people never want it to go away. They love the system.